Hey guys, so as per CDCL rules, so we need to have 7 players physically present in the ground. So as Glenmore team has only 6 players available, so as per rules, so we gave the toss to Maverick team, so they decide to bat first. So we'll see you at 6 o'clock sharp.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
All right. Good afternoon, folks, and welcome inside Inland Cricket Ground. My name is Anand. Sitting in the combox till Farhan arrives. I believe he'll be our commentator today, but I just wanted to give you an update. They were doing some maintenance on the grounds itself, some lawn mowing, so the toss may not have been clear, but I'll reiterate what the umpire said. As per CDCL rules, the Glenmore Knights didn't have a total of 7 players available during the toss, only 6. So that means Shaheen Mavericks was awarded the toss and they have chose to bat first. So That's the news from the middle. Shaheen Mavericks winning the toss that was awarded, and they will choose to bat first. We'll step aside. And when we come back, we'll have the first innings for you. It's the Glenmore Knights and the Shaheen Mavericks, live from the inland cricket ground, telecasted on 22 Yachts Network. A few thanks to our sponsors, Sherbon Juices, OP Lawyers, the main representative Imtiaz Hafiz, and then Power Physiotherapy. And then if you're interested in advertising with us, do be sure to reach out to 22 Yachts Network team. And always, if you are watching this live telecast right now, be sure to share, like, and subscribe. We always appreciate the support. And then the Smash and Grab tournament coming this Saturday, live from Westwinds and Martindale. We'll have more on that throughout today and into the weekend. So stick around, don't go anywhere. Here is a look at both the squads for the teams. Shaheen Mavericks, they will go with Mohammad Mustajab, Harpreet Jatana, Aqib Majid, Amin Adil, Shahzab Arshad, Akshay Patel, Zain Arshad, Ibrahim Khan, Awais Javed, Badzi Shan, and Baloch Aftab. And that's the Shaheen Mavericks squad after they have won the toss and chose to bat first. On the other hand, Glenmore Knights, they'll go with Sajid Khan, Sanji Setu Madhavan, Desai Aniket, Saad Khan, Amir Hamza, Daniel Paul, Faisal Mahmood, Himanshu Asnani, Humaiza Javed, Divesh Kule, and Usama K. That's the Glenmore Knights squad that will be going into bowling first. We'll have action for you coming up here shortly. Don't go anywhere. It should be an exciting one between the Glenmore Knights and the Shaheen Mavericks. All right, let's take a look at the stats of both these batsmen who are opening the stand here for the Shaheen Mavericks. Mohammad M, 179 matches, 3,879 runs, so a great experienced campaigner. And then on his other hand, his partner in crime, Harpreet, with 65 matches, 1,000 runs, magnificent. The kind of batting you want in the middle. And here we go. The first ball of the innings, bowled by Amir. We'll look at Amir's numbers in a moment, and that will be straight away wide. Going down the leg side, it will be wide and bice. And they'll quickly swap strike as the first ball has been bowled. Amir H is the bowler. Delivering the attack, Amir, 154 matches, 200 wickets. 202 to be exact. And another great campaigner with just an economy of 6.5. So really economical as well. So first ball was down the leg side. It went for his single. So he'll have to bowl his first legal delivery, and that was tossed in the air. And it will land safely on the fielder right inside the 30-yard circle. Once again, power play in effect, so you can only have 2 fielders outside the circle. It looks like the two of them, Daniel Paul including, are straight down the ground. We'll take a look, and that's it, straight up in the air. It will land one bounce straight, and Harpreet will leave another day because it didn't reach to a fielder. And not a perfect shot he wanted to time either. So a couple balls gone by. First one was wide, then a dot, and now a single down the ground as Amir loads up, and a leave on that one. We'll see what kind of total they can get to the Shaheen Mavericks. The par score here in England is about 160, 170. If you get to that, you are in a good touch. We saw yesterday, it was around 148 that was chased down. Always exciting to see some good chases as well in this format of the cricket tournaments. Harpreet now facing strike, and he taps it to the offside. They'll get a single, quick running between the wickets. Nicely timed as well, no hesitation at all. And we have seen that throughout this tournament, the hesitation or the miscommunications that have costed quite a few teams. Hopefully maybe today is the day we don't see any. Of course, once I say that, maybe there will be a commentator's curse. But at the moment, and that's straying down leg side, and that will be just short of the boundary line. They, like I mentioned at the beginning of the broadcast, they were doing some lawn maintenance, but I don't think that has helped the pace of the field at all. The ball has slowed down a little. At the end of the over, it's 7 for no loss at the end of 1. And taking a quick look at the points table, the Glenmore Knights place 8th. They have 1 win, 4 losses, and 1 no result. And on the other hand, Shaheen Mavericks just below them with 1 win as well, 4 losses and no result. The Glenmore Knights have better of the run rates, so one of the teams will keep their spot depending on their win. And Divesh will come into the attack. Divesh, I believe he's a left-arm pacer. Yes, indeed. Got my notches right. And that's hit down leg side. It will be a good stop. Straight down the ground. So a single crossing strike. Devesh has switched ends or switched sides, pardon me. Going from the offside. Not to the leg side again, but it will be stopped right inside the 30-yard circle. Three deliveries gone so far. So far, so quiet and so good for the Glenmore Knights. They've conceded 8 runs so far in the 1.3 overs. And that will travel past. And it will go the distance to the boundary. Couple bounces. Well-timed shot down the offside. And that will be a terrific shot from Mohammad. Opened the face of the bat. And went all the way. Where I believe it is Daniel Paul staying in that offside long boundary. Two balls remaining, that into the leg side.
Good evening to everybody watching us so far. I apologize for coming in a little bit late. Anand was nice enough to get us started. At the crease at the moment for Shaheen, Harpreet and Mohammad Mustajib. And for Glenmore Knights, it's Devesh Kule bowling his first over. He's completed his first over, conceded 10 runs. It's 17 for none after 2. The match between Shaheen Mavericks and Glenmore Knights, two fairly matched, evenly teams. As we look at the quick card here, for the playing 11 for Shaheen Mavericks, they got Mohammad Mustajib, Harpreet. They're both on the crease at the moment. And then we got Hamza, Amir Hamza, that's looking to bowl his third over, I believe. Nudges it down the ground. He's just going to rotate the strike. It's a beautiful, beautiful day. A little bit on the hotter side, 29 degrees. And we're live from inland cricket ground. And once again, we want to thank everybody that's tuned in so far. Hopefully, and in my opinion, this is going to be a very, very close game. Like I said, two evenly matched teams. He plays it up-ish. Fielder getting underneath it. Unfortunately, could not complete that catch. This is just going to be a run. Hamza is not going to be happy about that. Amir Hamza, who's always been that bowler for Glenmore Knights. Always doing the work for them, getting them those crucial wickets. Is he going to be able to do what he usually does for them today as well? as he walks in, and Mustajab plays that towards the leg side. No fielder in the deep on that side there, but it just stops short of the boundary, thrown in by the fielder. It'll just be easy 2 runs or 3. Par score usually is around the 150 mark in a T20 game. We'll see how many Shaheen Mavericks are able to get today. Three balls bowled so far in this over, 5 runs conceded. Bowls that full, gets a nick on it. I don't think this will go all the way. This might stops just before the boundary there, thrown in by the fielder. Not a convincing shot, but he ends up picking 2 runs off of that anyway. That's very well played by Harpreet there. Plays it over the infield. Now that has run all the way for 4 runs. Beautiful shot. This will give him some confidence. This is nice ball striking by Shaheen Mavericks. Already on 28 runs. In a T20 game, power play always being very, very crucial. These guys off to a very good start already here. Last ball of the over, flicks it off his pads. This should be another 2 runs here. The fielder in the deep will just throw it in, and the 2 runs will be completed. So 30 after 3 without a loss for Shaheen Mavericks. One person, people get bored as well, so we will. So Devesh Kule will continue his spell. Left and a right hand combination from Glenmore Knights. And Mohammad Mustajab, ever so used to opening the batting for Shaheen Mavericks. Kule, he has that very calm and composed run up. Just doesn't try to do too much, keeps it simple. Just hits those good areas, tries to pick up wickets from those areas there. And Mohammad Mustajab, he's always on that aggressive side, always trying to pick up boundaries whenever he can. His partner today is different. Usually he opens with, I can't recall who his partner is usually, but it's definitely not Harpreet. But today he's been promoted up the order. He's playing well, plays that one towards the offside as well. Will complete his single. This is exactly what you got to do. He's got to not play as many dot balls. Keep working the ball around, and eventually you will get one that you can put away. That's exactly how you accumulate runs in T20 game. There you go. As I say that, Mustajab is able to put that one away for 4 runs. And they're already off to 6 runs in the first 3 balls bowled by Devesh. Mavericks have got a beautiful start by Mustajab and Harpreet here. We'll see what these two can make off this partnership here. So far, so good. Short ball, and he plays that well as well. Could this be another boundary? I think Saad there has cut it off, but they'll complete their 2 runs. This is another beautiful shot. Flat batted, but it did travel. Now Mustajab seems like he is seeing the ball very well now. He's playing the bigger shots. Naturally, he's aggressive anyway, so enjoying his batting today. Ooh, he wanted to smack that one away towards mid-wicket area there. Couldn't get underneath on that one. Just be a dot ball. Glenmore Knights, on the other hand, they need to pick up a wicket right here. This partnership will continue. These two, they're looking like they're in good. They're seeing the ball well, so a breakthrough here as soon as possible is needed for Glenmore Knights. We'll see what happens on this last ball. Comes down the track. I don't think this will be called a no ball. We'll see what the signal is. It is, in fact, a no ball. So Mustajab gets another life here. He can really finish the over strong here. With 2 fielders outside only, we'll see what Mustajab is able to do with this no ball here. Shuffles across. Gets back safely for 2 runs. 41 for 4. 41 after 4 hours and none but 10.25 for their current run rate at the moment. Bowling change here from Glenmore Knights. They've brought in Daniel, and he bowls a gentle leg spin here. We'll see what he's able to do here. Vast experience. We'll see if he's able to get that breakthrough that Glenmore Knights are. Good start by Daniel. Ooh, very well played by Harpreet. Gets down on one knee and puts it away for 4 runs. He is looking different today. Generally, he's very conservative and maybe not as confident. Today, you can see him smiling and they're having a conversation in the middle. So this is good to see by Harpreet. But yet again, Glenmore Knights, another boundary on the board. Urgency to get a breakthrough. It's going to grow even more and more. We'll see what Daniel is able to do here. A bit of a loosener. That last ball, and Harpreet able to take advantage. Beautifully played towards the leg side, and he picks up 4 runs. Oh, very well bowled by Daniel here. So it's generally the area he bowls in. And his pace doesn't vary too much either, so Daniel looking like he's in the zone. Another similar delivery. Tries to just get off the strike, but the fielders were there to intercept it. Now 2 dot balls in a row. Oh, this one was looking like it was wide-ish, but Harpreet was able to get a bat on it anyway, and he's able to get off the mark. Another uppish delivery. We'll just play it down the ground and finished over with another single. So very decent over by Daniel, even though he got hit for a boundary. They end up picking 2 off of that last delivery, 1 for the overthrow. So 7 runs off of that very first over. Still not bad. 5 overs completed, 48 on the board, and no wickets lost for Shaheen Mavericks. Now we're going to see Hamza Jawed. He's another fellow for Glenmore Knights that usually gets some of the breakthroughs. He's got a responsibility on his shoulder today. Oh, that one nicked. Runs towards the third man. Stops before the boundary. Will just be a single. So Hamza Jawed, when he wants to, he does have that pace. Today is a very hot day, so I don't blame him taking it easy. I think more importantly here, I think line and length will matter a lot more. We'll see if he's able to get that breakthrough for Glenmore Knights, but these two for Mavericks, Mohammad Mustajab and Harpreet Jatana, they've settled in. Decent delivery again. Plays similar short in the same or the similar area. Another single. Nicely done by Mavericks. Short ball, plays a beautiful pull shot. We'll see if this runs all the way for 4. Still traveling, it goes all the way. Beautiful shot by Harpreet Jatana. Now he is somebody that I have personally bowled to in the nets. He has all the shots in the world. It's just all about his confidence. And today he's looking like he's full of confidence. And that lost shot proves that. Pulls it beautifully towards the leg side and gets a boundary. Now this is putting pressure back on Hamza Jawed. We'll see what he's able to do differently here. Hopefully this pumps him up even a little bit more. Definitely see the difference in the pace. This always happens with the pacers. The moment they get hit with the boundary, they want to come back faster and rip right through that batsman. So this is going to be good competition here. Two more balls to come in this overs. I think this is a better line by Hamza. A little bit fuller. And what a season it has been so far, especially in the elite division. Team after team, there's division is just completely stacked. There's so many contenders. I don't think we can. There's anybody like in contention for winning the championship. It's just everybody's a contender, or a lot of the teams are. It's good to see. For now, after 6, 55 runs on the board, power play completed, no wickets lost by Mavericks. Now Daniel has an option to have at least 5 fielders outside if he wanted to. For now, he's got a long on, or a long on, a sweeper on the offside. Nobody on the leg side in the deep. And he's got a long off back as well. So he's got 3 in the deep so far. We'll see if the batsmen are able to take advantage. They did get a boundary off that very first ball. All the pressure taken off when you get a boundary off of very first ball. Now these two can easily just rotate the strike and get up to 7, 8, maybe 9 runs in this over. Just like that, they're just gonna rotate the strike here. This is exactly how you score runs in T20. Keep rotating the strike, put the odd one away. And just like that, they're scoring 10, close to 10 runs and over. Mustajib gets down on one knee. This is traveling, and it travels all the way for 4 runs, I believe. This, in fact, has gone all the way. What a shot that was. Gets down on one knee, plays it over extra cover. Beautifully played by Mustajib. That's got to feel, he's already feeling really good because he has a bunch of runs scored already. But anytime you hit a spinner over extra covers for a maximum, that's got to feel extra good. Already 11 runs scored off of this over. Only 3 bowls bowled so far. Tries to go again. Just end up getting a single. Mavericks are well on their way to scoring 170, 175 here. They've got the start that they needed. Now it's going to be on the other batsman to be able to get him. But for now, these two will continue. This might well be another boundary here. I think the grass is just tall enough to stop that from going all the way, but Harpreet is able to come back for 2. Daniel will just reset here. Who is going to be the bowler that gets him that first breakthrough? They've tried spin, they've tried. This might go all the way for 4 runs, but Kaptan Saad Khan is able to cut it off. Well done in the deep by Saad Khan. This will put 70 runs on the board after 7. Exactly 10 runs and over. What a partnership by these two. As you can see, Mustajab just smiling. He's enjoying batting out there. Only 42 deliveries faced by these two. Again, 170 is looking like it's well within reach. These two's got to keep going, but it's going to be on those other batsmen that are going to come in fresh, especially Shahzaib if he's playing today. They got a few other names on there that can definitely score and hit those boundaries when needed. For now, it's going to be Mustajab and Harpreet to continue. As we see, they're quick playing 11. First two, Mustajab and Harpreet already on the crease. Then they got Aqib, they got Amin, then they Shahzaib. All of them very capable. Hamza Javed, ooh, he just threw his bat at that one. It's dangerous. I think the ball slightly moved away from him. He's lucky to not have nicked that. I think Mustajab is explaining that to him exactly. Well bowled by Hamza. I think he wants to be the one that gets this first breakthrough for his team. Slower ball, very well bowled by Hamza. Sneaky smile on his face, just a single. Well bowled by Hamza Javed. They're recognizing that Harpreet is probably going to go for a big shot. Beautifully bowled. Well played towards the leg side. There is a fielder in the deep to cut that off, but it's placed perfectly in that gap between those two fielders in the deep, and another boundary. This seems very easy for Mavericks at the moment. They're picking up a boundary at will, scoring about 10 runs and over. They don't need to change anything. The aggression level is exactly where it needs to be. What a batting display so far by these two. Short ball played exactly in the same area. This might well actually gets cut off by a fielder there. Another 2 deliveries to come in this over. Well bowled by Hamza, but well played by Mustajab as well. This will just be stopped right before the boundary. Another 2 runs completed by these two in the middle. 9 runs so far in this over. Another ball to come. Another good over for Mavericks. And I am going to get my partner Anand here to come in a bit to see how he's feeling about this game and what his prediction is in terms of how many runs Mavericks will be able to put on the board.
I think the Mavericks have started really well. Of course, they got awarded the toss, and I think they've made the right decision to bat first. It looks like a great, nice wicket. I'm going to guess around 170, 180 the way they go. But again, cricket is a miracle sport. Miracles happen or twist happens. So we'll see what happens. But I'm going to guess around the 170 mark.
So Anand is feeling exactly what I'm feeling. I'm also saying 170, 175, mainly because these two have done such a great job. That was a very good last ball, by the way. I think it hit Mustajab right on the helmet. So there's that aggression by the bowler that I was talking about earlier. But nonetheless, still a great over for Mavericks. So Anand is also feeling 170, 175. My prediction is still the same as well, but if these two are able to prolong this inning, they might get very close to maybe even that 200 mark. That it will be difficult because not everybody will be able to see the ball how these two are seeing it, but for now these two have got to capitalize, and they're doing exactly that. Saad Khan, Glenmore's captain, what do you think on, and what does he need to do differently to maybe get a breakthrough? He's tried pace, he's tried spin. What do you think he can benefit, or how can he get a wicket here?
I think just believe his instincts. Try whatever you can. Just need that one lucky ball to bounce his way, and I think because he has got the right field placements, there are fielders everywhere. He has placed the ball as reach in there, but I think it's just motivating his bowlers to be cautious and play the perfect or bowl that perfect ball to get that one lucky ball.
100% agree. Sometimes you could do everything correctly. Another beautiful shot by Harpreet there. I'm surprised there's nobody in deep this way on it. Like, there's just a long on, but there's no sweeper on the leg side. So you talked about field placement. I agree with the field placement majority of it, but I feel like the way these two are playing, especially with Mustajab, he likes to go in that mid-wicket leg side area. And Faisal, maybe that line, we can argue, wasn't correct either. But I 100% agree with you. You mentioned that sometimes you can do everything correctly, but it's just going to be that lucky ball that gets the breakthrough. Looking like this might be the case here as well. But what do you think about now? He has a fielder in the deep in the mid-wicket area, but before this ball, there's nobody there. So quick field change again. And Faisal, he's been with Glenmore for a while, and he's also one of those individuals that gets them a lot of wickets, mainly because he likes to hit that good length area. Got a decent pace, bit slingy action as well, but it helps him. But what a day to have this beautiful game of cricket that we all love and that we all love to watch and play. We'll see who ultimately gets them that breakthrough. For now, there's 5 runs off of the very first 3 balls of this over. Ooh. Very well bowled by Faisal here. How are you enjoying the weather on it? It's 29 degrees right now.
Yeah, too hot in our combox, but at least there is a bit of a breeze, so that's making the wind a little cool, but still hot enough. And I think you mentioned 35 degrees when we have the smash and grab this weekend, so that's going to be blasting hot.
I'm very, very excited for the big tournament that we've been having consistently every year. We're going to be bringing that live to you guys as well. It's going to be fireworks because the amount of talent that shows up, and credit to C&DCL and all the other parties involved, all the sponsors that make it happen every year. It's a joy to watch. I look forward to it every year. Again, mainly because the level of competition and you also, as a normal cricketer who just plays on the weekends mostly, you just realize that when you're seeing your favorite players, it could be Canadian players, could be American players, when you see them live, it's just a different feeling. And the quality of shots, the quality of bowling, all it's just as a package as a whole. It's just gonna be a wonderful, wonderful weekend, and very, very excited. Maybe weather could have been a little bit better, but it's at least it's not gonna rain. So at least the tournament is gonna go through, and we'll hopefully have a winner without any wet conditions. So far, 9 overs completed. We've got 85 runs on the board. Perfect start by Shaheen Mavericks. What do you think about this bowling change on it? He's deferred back to his main bowler, Amir Hamza. Sensing, or maybe are you sensing a bit of a? Of course, there's urgency, but like, could this be a rash decision at the end? Because usually he saves Amir Hamza's overs usually till the very last, but maybe because of the situation. What do you think about this change?
Yeah, I mean, Amir has been already expensive, so I don't know if you maybe wanted to go try a new bowler, maybe a new spinner, if they have one available in their back end. But we'll see what the plan is going to be, if it's going to favor them or not. And as you saw, right into almost near the stumps. So maybe a good idea. We'll see. Still 5 more balls to go, but something to work well to keep an eye on.
100%. I think me being a captain, I can kind of see why he would refer back to his main bowlers, because that's your number one offense and defense at the same time. So needing the much needed breakthrough immediately here, and he almost got that. Like you said, the very first ball he bowled almost took the stumps off the ground, but Mustajib was able to survive. So we'll see if Amir Hamza is able to get him that breakthrough. Ooh, this was uppish. We'll see what the umpire says about this one. I think this is judged a fair delivery, but they were able to get 3 runs, and I'm not sure about that effort in the deep. I thought it was a boundary, but it was just sitting well inside the boundary, and fielder just almost started jogging towards that ball. This is what I'm talking about. This is looking like he was throwing the ball in from outside of the playing area, but maybe this is not what the Glenmore Knights need at the moment. They're gonna need, it's easy. Well, then again, it's easy to say all these things when I'm not in the game. It's a hot day. They haven't got any wickets, and oh, this was a chance, but a very hard chance. This is a good try by the fielder in the deep. This went very high, and the fielder did not have a chance to get underneath that one, but he tried his best, could not get a hand on it. I think he might have got just a slither on that one, but unsuccessful catch at the end, and the batsman yet again survives. Sometimes it's the luck as well, hey, on it, with the batsmen. Like the way these two are playing, they're going super aggressive. Even that shot there, like it looked like it was gonna hit the stump, but like today it seems like these two have got 9 lives. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree. Sometimes you have your good day out on the field, and these two batsmen are showing that you can have certainly a good day. On the other hand, bowlers having a little tough time controlling them.
100%. We'll see if these two are able to get the milestones, like get their 50s in as well. For now, there's no limitation, or there's no like restricting these two. They're rotating the strike, they're hitting the boundaries, they're getting those loose balls as well. The very first ball was unfortunately a no ball. 7 runs off of this over so far. Another ball to come. Well bowled by Amir Hamza. So not a bad over. 7 runs off of that over. 92 for none after 10. So we got Fassel back. He's gonna come bowl his second over. I think the way these two are batting, like I don't see any fatigue whatsoever. Usually in a weather like this, you run a couple runs, you get tired. Oh, this was just a slash at a wide ball. The fielder there, he did get his hand on it, but has that gone all the way? Just an underhand throw by the fielder there. I think that has run all the way for 4 runs, but this is exactly what I'm talking about. It just seems like it's just way too easy for Mavericks at the moment. They're willingly picking up boundaries, sometimes on the very first ball. Well played by Mustajib. So now this, oh, he's picked up another boundary. What a batting display this is. 2 boundaries on the very first ball. Very first 2 balls. And Mustajib has completed his 50. What did you think about that shot there, Anand?
Yeah, nice textbook shot. Drive through the offside, opened his bat really well. And like he said, Mohammad up to his 50 now, 164 strike rate, 5-4 center 6.
Amazing display of batting by Mustajib. I know he's been scoring runs throughout the tournament. Today is going to feel extra special doing it on a hot day and against a very good opponent as well. And Glenmore, this is a polar opposite game for them. They're usually accustomed to picking up wickets early and having a game go their way mostly, but they haven't even got a breakthrough yet, and Mavericks have already crossed that 100 mark. "102 runs just off of 63 deliveries. This is very smart batting in my opinion by these two. They've got 2 boundaries off of very first 2 balls. Just working the ball around now. As long as they don't play any dot balls in the remainder of this over, they'll easily end up getting more than 10 runs. And they're already sitting at 11 runs off of this over. 2 more deliveries to come. Oh, he got underneath that one, and that has gone all the way. Beautiful shot by Mohammad Mustajib. He's really opening up now. This seemed like he did not connect maybe fully, but it traveled all the way. He's a big boy as well. What did you think about that massive hit there on it?
Yeah, looks like he's getting more confident and like postured into the crease. Every ball, and each of his shot selections look better ball by ball. So handsome to see, so perfect to see.
Absolutely. It was a pleasure to see, because Mustajib, I know he's capable of hitting those big shots, but had been a while since I've seen one of those by him. He's really enjoying his batting out there. You can tell by the smile, big smile on his face. So 17 off of that last over as well. 109 on the board after 11. No wickets lost by Shaheen Mavericks. So it looks like they're going to try Sanjay. This is exactly what you got to do at times when you can't pick up a wicket through your main bowlers. You got to try one of the part-timers, but he's managed to bowl a full toss. And yet again, Mavericks are able to get a boundary right off of the very first ball. And this brings Harpreet's 50 up as well. Very well done by him as well. Only 34 balls faced, 50 on the board. 147 for his strike rate, 7 fours by him. Now, he's going to be feeling very confident. Like I said, he's a very capable batsman. Was just needing a inning like this to get him going, and what a way to get your form right. Playoffs being around the corner, Mavericks can definitely use a batsman or two, in-form batsman, to get them those runs. Another full toss. There is a fielder in the deep, but that's not going to matter. It sailed right over him. We'll see what the call is by the umpire there. I think he's called for a no ball as well, if I'm not mistaken here. Very, very short signal, or very quick signal by the umpire there, and it is a no ball. So a free hit coming up. Sanjay, talk about pressure. Not a regular bowler, and he's managed to get hit 2 boundaries on the very first 2 balls. Better on that delivery there. Mavericks, they don't even need to take chances in this over anymore. You can just keep rotating the strike and still pick up 15, 16 runs. $121 runs on the board already. They're looking like they're going to be able to get more than 170, especially with these two still on the crease here. That's a better channel by Sanjay there. Now what does he do here, Anand? He tried a part-time bowler, didn't work out. Unfortunately got smashed as well, mainly because of the line Sanjay has bowled here.
Now I think it's going to be just holding your breath tight. You have tried everything like you mentioned. You're part-time bowler, you tried your regular seamers. Now it's hope that either the wind or something else gives you some hope.
100%. It's looking like somebody's got to make a mistake in terms of one of the batters here for a dismissal. Glenmore Knights, they've tried everything. These two are just, the way these two are batting is just, they're having a day out there for sure. 124 runs on the board, 12 overs completed, 8 more overs to come. New bowler introduced. and it's Himanshu. Starts off with one on the pads, and he was just flicked off the pads for a single, I believe. 32 matches for him, 16 wickets, 6.32 for his economy. Now, is he going to be the one that ultimately gets them that breakthrough? But one thing is for sure, both of these they're going to go for it. They will try to capitalize, get as many runs on the board as possible. And this one is played very well. Again, two fielders converging onto it. Cut off by a fielder will just be 2 runs. There was 2 runs scored on the very first ball as well. Harpreet wants to run for it. Easily gets home. Oh, this was a chance, but again, when luck is on your side, this was just slightly out of reach, and to make matters worse, it's gone all the way for 4 runs. Ten runs off of this over already as well, and another 2 balls to come. It just seems like every over they're able to score boundaries, get at least 10 to, or even plus 10 sometimes, runs every over. Oh, this was, what a shot that was. Wow. Just wow. Got underneath it. Good enough connection. Hit it straight as an arrow. Went right over the side screen there for a maximum. Mustajib, now he's really got that. He's got that chance to score his 100 even. 24 more runs needed for him. He can really go for it. Oh. Is there any bat on that? No, it just should be a dot ball. 16 runs off of that over. 140 on the board. No wickets lost. 13 overs completed. Now Devesh Kule, he's brought into the attack. I feel like, now this is just my instinct, I feel like he might be the one that ultimately gets him that breakthrough, because he's that one bowler that consistently hits that good line and length. We'll see how this goes. Starts off with the wide one, goes straight to the fielder. Will be a single anyway. Now on in our prediction of 170, it's looking like these guys are gonna get closer to 200. What do you think?
Yeah, still have real estate left, more than, if I do my math correctly, so 14 6 overs, so yeah, 6.5 overs remaining.
And if he keeps hitting like that, we might even go above the 200 mark. Wow. What a display of hitting this is. Sorry to cut you off there, Anand. I just couldn't hold myself back. The way he's just hit that all the way for 6 runs. Even Devesh Kule is like, just, he could do nothing but put his hand on the head and just basically admire that one. Went right over the screen there. This was a big hit by Mustajib. He's seeing it like a football. And as a captain, I can just see how Satan and it's just, I don't know what he's thinking. He's tried every option in terms of bowling. Now, to be fair to these batsmen, they haven't had too many chances in terms of catches being dropped. This has purely been a great knock by both of these guys. And does the right thing, just gets off the mark after hitting that boundary. So 8 runs off of first 3 balls again on it. I thought Devesh should be able to get a wicket, but still 3 more balls to come. What do you think about this over so far?
You know, I wonder, him being a left-arm bowler, maybe going around the wicket, maybe that's something you could try, because you have tried everything else now, but maybe going around the wicket would have been an option, but it looks like he's going over the wicket this time.
And you can see the pressure on Devesh as well, where usually he just pitches it within the similar area, the good length, just hitting top of off. Started off with a wide one. This one was called the wide as well, but this was just way too wide. And I do not blame him, because the way these two are batting, as a bowler, you do get wavered, but this is exactly where you gotta keep your calm, do what you do best. This is a better line by Devesh, but the ball just pierces through the gap and they're able to rotate the strike yet again. I'm thoroughly enjoying this inning. 150 on the board already. This many runs in this ground, very impressive by Mavericks. But Glenmore Knights, they cannot lose any hope. They have, all they need is a breakthrough, and they can slow this run rate down tremendously. Oh, this is not going to help. A misfield, this will easily get them the 2 runs. Everybody's on their feet when it comes to Mavericks dugout. And why wouldn't they be? This is an exceptional batting display by both of these batsmen. Nicely done by the fielder, and extra covers there. This will complete the over. 152 after 14 and 0 wickets down. We're going to need to have more runs on that chart. We're capped at 160. Now Saad Khan putting his faith and putting his confidence in Himanshu. He had a decent first over, but to be fair, everyone's been hit around the park. So Saad Khan feeling like this is Himanshu is going to be his guy to get him the first and much needed breakthrough. 6 more overs to come, 36 deliveries. Oh, this a good start by Himanshu there. We've seen this the second time now with Harpreet. I think he just throws the ones that are a little bit outside of his reach. He just throws his bat at it. Doesn't get his, look at that, like his leg is nowhere near that ball there. So he's lucky to have survived that and not nicked it, but I think Mustajab is probably telling him something similar there. Oh, he's seeing the ball so well, just easily just works that towards the leg side and rotates the strike. 15 more runs needed for Mustajab to get his big 100. I think this is going to be first one for him this season. Anand, what do you think? Is he going to be able to get there? I think he does it within the next over, but again, like you said, cricket is a funny sport. Anything can happen.
Yeah, I don't want to say anything and jinx it, but definitely he seems to be unstoppable at the moment, so anything is possible.
Absolutely, and like you said, he seems to be unstoppable. Even that one had a thick edge on it, but cleared that fielder, went over him, and went for another 4 runs. So 11 more runs needed. I think for Glenmore Knights, for them, the role of their leaders all very important in this situation. Understandably, their energy's down. It's a hot day. They've been hit all over the park, but this is exactly where captain needs to step in and calm his guys down. This is cricket at the end of the day. Anything can happen, but mentally they gotta stay checked in. Another great shot and another one that crosses the boundary. What a batting display this is by Mustajab. Wow, even Harpreet couldn't believe that one. Usually we would see him like drag this one towards the leg side, but this one he plays it inside out, utilizing that boundary on the offside there. And Saad Khan maybe could have done a better job there, but it was traveling. So another boundary, 2 in a row. 7 more runs needed by Mustajab. And I like the approach. He did not slow down, even though he's close to his 100 there. He rather get that by hitting boundaries rather than rotating strike. Do you agree with the approach, Anand?
Yeah, I mean, if you know you can take those risks, why not go for it? I know in hockey there is a saying, take all shots you can, take those shots, take those risks, because one shot can be magical, and that shot that we just saw opening the face of the bat, that was magical to see.
100% agree. I think there's a saying in basketball too, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. So Mustajab taking all the shots. And you can see the pressure on the bowler, like wide delivery bowled by him. Slower delivery, very well negotiated or negated by Mustajab there. Just shakes his head. Clever bowling by Himanshu. Another wide one by Himanshu. It's going for another slow ball. Just rolled his fingers on that one, as you can see, but unfortunately a bit too wide. He'll have to bowl that one again. 163, so my prediction could not have been more wrong. 163, but I couldn't have been more happier, because these two, the way they batted, they deserve this big inning. But Glenmore Knights They're still trying to figure out how to get that breakthrough. Good effort by the fielder there on point. Got his hand on it, but Mustajib is able to come back for 2 runs. 165 after 15. Right, it's Saad Khan himself. Captain feeling the need to just do it himself. You think he could have tried himself a little bit earlier on it? This is the 16th over, and he's brought himself in now.
I mean, he's the captain himself, so I don't know what kind of thought process he's in. Sometimes captains or leadership doesn't want to overstep in front of others. They want to give their respective teammates chances, and then only captain steps in. And I think he recognizes that him at least wanting to come now. I think it's important for his role as a team of the captain or captain of the team. Pardon me.
Absolutely, I agree. Now, he is bowling very decent, just 2 runs conceded. And I 100% can relate to what you're saying. Sometimes it's just, if you have better bowlers than yourself, obviously the game or the thought process would be that you try them first. But in Saad Khan's defense, he's tried everything. Like, he's tried even the part-timers to no avail, but he's brought himself on, and like I said, he's done very well on the first 3 balls. Only 2 runs conceded. Now with the white ball, it's 3 runs on the board. And if you notice, he's bowling a very, very slow pace. So all the batsmen here, they'll have to generate that speed through the bat swing to be able to pick up boundaries here. So who knows? We might very well see that breakthrough Glenmore Knights have been looking for here. Mohammad Mustajib, though, just 4 more runs needed to get his big milestone. He goes for it. Ooh, falls right before the fielder. I love the bravery by Mustajib. He does not care if there's a run remaining or 4 runs. He's going to play his shots. Surprised he didn't rotate the strike. Maybe feeling like he can get one away. We'll see how he plays that last ball here. Goes for it. Now, is there a fielder in the deep? No, but he will cut it off. Just a single. You think they could have got 2 runs there on it? I feel like they're catering more to Mohammad Mustajib now to get him to get his century first. But what do you think about that last 1 single only there? I feel like there could have been 2.
I mean, yeah, certainly it could have been 2, but I think Harpreet knows maybe has slowed down a little, tad bit little. It's Mohammad that's playing those shots. If you know which batsman is ready to take on that role, playing without risk or with risk, then if you can identify who that teammate is, then go for it. So maybe a right call. Mohammad knows what he needs to do and what he needs to get done. So I think they might have had their discussion, obviously, in the middle.
100%. Couldn't have said it any better. So, I mean, we've seen some beautiful shots throughout his innings. those maximums. He's picked up a bunch of fours in his inning as well. He's just making sure what the total or his score is. Just a quick chat with his dugout, and it's going to be Hamza Javed. You talked about just changing the sides maybe. Now Hamza Javed is going to start by coming around the wicket, and it seems like he's going to bowl onto his body. Does he have protection there? He doesn't, and just like that, Mohammad Mustajab completes his century. Oh man, that's gotta feel good. I'm not sure if he realizes he's done it. There you go. Hats off to the guy. Bit of a celebration there. Love it. Almost 200 strike rate, 183.64 to be exact. 9 fours and 4 sixes. Whew. Powerhouse of an inning. Beautiful, beautiful celebration there. And it couldn't have happened to a nicer guy. He was already blasting everybody out for boundaries now. With this 100 up, do you think he's going to get even more aggressive here on it?
I wonder if it's now time he'll say maybe he'll slow down a bit and then either give it to Harpreet or maybe give a chance for another batsman to walk in. We'll see what signs he shows, but I mean, he still have overs to play at and still balls to play. We'll see what kind of tactics. I mean, I can't read his mind sitting here, but we'll see what he kind of does. But I feel it could go both ways, 50-50.
100%. I think it might be a thought process where maybe Harpreet can maybe go for his 100 here. And what a sight that would be to see. Both of the openers scoring their hundreds, but I mean, anything is possible. In terms of my prediction, I could not have been more wrong. They're already at 176 runs, and I predicted 170 to 175. Still 3 more overs to come after this over. Shuffles across. I don't think this will be called a wide. And Harpreet arguing, but I agree with the umpire. Isn't it funny how batsmen especially, they turn into umpires whenever the decision doesn't go their way? Now this is not a knock against anybody. I'd probably do the same thing, but it's just to an outsider, it's just funny to see. What do you think on it? This is up in the air. Now this is going to take some catching. Oh, very nonchalant effort by the fielder, number 55. I believe that's... Who is that? I couldn't figure out who that is, but nonetheless, the body language was all off. He just threw his hands at that one. He never looked comfortable. Unfortunately for him, the much needed breakthrough that could have happened, Hamza Javed will have to try even harder. What do you think about that effort, Don?
Yeah, I mean, at this point, you got to take catches because sometimes catches within your matches, you could have, if you would have got a Mohammad out, you could have slowed down the innings to maybe at least 10 runs. So maybe instead of looking at a 200, you could have maybe slowed down to 190. Just saying for an example, you could have definitely slowed down the innings. But I guess Mohammad will live another day, and we'll see what he does to take revenge on the other end.
100%. Now, another thing that this, another not up to par effort, I'll say. Another thing that this does is when you're dropping catches and batsman is playing ultra aggressive, they get even more confident, feeling that like they're getting enough chances, their catches are not being taken, so they get even more confident and going for their bigger shot. And this is a perfect example of that. Right after that catch drop, Mustajab goes for it again and ends up getting a boundary off of that last over. So that over that should have had a wicket in it ended up being a bad over at the end. And not to blame Hamza Javed, he tried his best, created that chance, but the catch unfortunately not completed by number 55 and Glenmore Knights. 183 on the board already. 3 more overs to come. What a wonderful display of batting this has been. And Southland is he's bowling very smartly here, except for that first ball he bowled it wide. But I think the pace that he's bowling at and the line and the channel as well, I think he'll prove difficult to put away. We'll see how Mustajib deals with him. But Anand, what do you think about the way Southland is bowling? I think he's bowling exceptionally here.
Yeah, I think I wonder if slow balls is going to be the tactic moving forward, because it can be harder to play those slow balls, and I think Saad is doing just right that, because he had pacers, then parter spinners that were maybe giving full toss, which is much easier to hit with the slower balls.
And as you say that, I think the slow ball with the right channel is the trick here. But Saad Khan unfortunately bowled one way outside his usual channel. Right, gave him all the time in the world to free up his arm and swing for it. And Mustajib being a big boy and he's already batting past his 100. Anything like that, he will put away. And he has done exactly that. Another big one. Now, is this one going to be taken? Finally, Saad Khan proves to be the man that was needed for the job. But is that too little, too late? What do you think, Anand? 192 already on the board.
Yeah, Glenmore Knights, they haven't been the brightest in the batting this season either. So, yeah, 192 may be a little too late, but hopefully maybe they have the magic in them. Because, like I said, cricket is a miracle sport. Things can happen. You have one lucky day. Looks like batsmen are having a lucky day out there. So, if again you can put a partnership through, and then that way. But quiet from celebrations and on the Glamour Knights front end, either I think they also know that wicket was a little too late.
Yeah, not much of a reaction. Rightly so. It's like 192 runs on the board already. And you've given Mustajib, although at the end, but you did give him that extra chance and he was able to score more runs after that. 2 boundaries, in fact. As a captain, you gotta be like feeling furious inside, but obviously you can't show that on the field. But like you said, for Glenmore Knights, if there's any day to show up with a bat, it is today, especially that top order. They're very, very capable. Salik Shah, they have guys like Sanjay, they have Saad Khan himself, right? Like the top 5, they've got to come out, they've got to go for it. They've got nothing to lose. That sometimes ends up playing in your favor. As Shahzaib there, rightly so, he's just going to go for it right from the get-go. But to complete the thought, like top 5 for Glenmore Knights, they have to go absolutely crazy right from ball 1. Because I can guarantee you this is not going to be easy to chase down. 150 is usually what teams score, 150 to 160. And we're already way past that, 193. This is a big round. And the outfield, and there you go. Saad Khan gets another one. He dismisses both of those openers, and he has a word with Harpreet at the end there. Shahzaib, I don't know, saying something back to Saad Khan, and this is cricket. What do you think about that shot attempt? I think it was just way too full to play that shot, but yet again, he has been putting a lot of those away as well. But what did you think about that dismissal?
Yeah, I think Harpreet knows he's tired himself, so I think just backing at opportunities he gets, and then he didn't see the ball perfectly. So I think it's a perfectly executed dismissal. I think slower balls is the tactic, and hopefully Shaheen Mavericks are watching from the other end as well, realizing that slow balls have been the perfect ones to bowl to your opponents.
Absolutely, I agree. I would have loved to see Harpreet still continue and maybe just not be. I disagree with that last shot he played, even though he did put a lot of those away as well. But going across the line like that, but we see it so often when your partner goes, usually the other guy who's been doing well with that partner usually follows. But now on the brighter side, or maybe this might be a momentum swing for Glenmore Knights here. Two brand new batsmen on the crease, but these two, they have all the skills in the world as well. So it's Adil Amin and Shahzaib. They've been scoring for Mavericks throughout the season as well. We'll see what they're able to do in these last few overs remaining here. Well played by Shahzaib. This is going to pierce the field. Goes for 4 runs. Now this is a gem of a find for Mavericks this year. Shahzaib, I believe he was not there with them last year, but this year he's already played some exceptional innings. You can see he has the skill to play at this level. And he put that short one away right in the gap, even though there's 2 fielders in the deep there, but still couldn't do anything about that. It was hit with some power. Goes for 4 runs. Another short one, swings at it again. Now is this going to cross the boundary? The fielder signaling a 6 here. So Hamza Javed, I don't think this line will work on Shahzaib, because he's accustomed to playing those short balls. He's got to pitch it up. Otherwise, he's going to keep swinging at it. And with the pace that he has, the gamble is not paying off. 10 runs off of the first 2 deliveries. Now what does he do here? Maybe a slower delivery to follow here, because these 2 are not going to stop. 203 runs on the board already.
I think Hamza is one of the longest run-ups I've seen, because as you see, I'm still perfecting the angle of where he's bowling from. Maybe like Sad did, maybe slowing it down a little bit, make your run up a little nearer to the wicket, maybe trying that, but I don't think, like you said, the line and the way he's bowling is not working at all, because you've given up like 10 runs in the over so far already in the first 2 balls.
He does end up bowling that slow ball, and I know exactly what you mean on then when you talk about having a big run up, but I've got to give props to Hamza here. So usually in the league, you wouldn't see a run up this big. Maybe a few guys. Obviously, you've got to be super athletic, super fit to be able to exert that much energy just through your run up. But he is accustomed to it. And usually on a normal day, he does end up picking lots of wickets here. But today is one of those days where the batting team is just having it their way. And you best believe Hamza Javed is not going to change anything up, especially in terms of his run-up. And as a fast bowler, I can kind of understand what's going through his mind. He's going to try to bowl even faster, if anything. Especially being hit for 2 boundaries off the very first 2 balls. And still insisting on the short balls. Beautiful running by both of these individuals. 2 runs completed. 1 more ball to come in this over. 13 runs conceded. Oh, this goes in a no man's area. This should be another two. They easily come back for 2 runs. 15 off of that over as well. 208 runs on the board. Oof. One more over to come. We'll see what these two are able to do here. Now, do you think Saad is going to finish that last over on it?
Yeah, wicketkeeper has his helmet ready to go, so most likely it's gonna be Saad unless. No, it looks like it's gonna be Amir.
Yeah, I think it's going to be Amir Hamza to finish things off for Glenmore Knights here. I would have loved to see Saad continue, mainly because, again, we saw that he was bowling a good channel. He was able to pick up both of those 2 wickets that they have on the board, and mainly he bowls at a pace where like he could be difficult to put away unless you've got a tremendous bat speed. But we'll see what this move brings Glenmore Knight in terms of how many runs get conceded here. Starts off well. A bit wide-ish, but still within the line, so right call by the umpire. And smart bowling by Hamza as well, just bowling those wide Yorkers. The temperature has dropped to 25 degrees, so it's going to be easier for Mavericks to bowl as well. So looks like things are just, everything is just going right for Mavericks. But as a batsman, like, it'll be easier to bat as well because it's not as hot. Dropped by 4 degrees. But this over so far, 2 dot balls to begin. Wide one. Shahzaib plays it anyway. It'll drop safe. Just be a single. That one traveled close to the boundary, but with the outfield there's thick grass, it just stops right before the boundary there. 2 deliveries to come. 209 runs on the board. 211, I apologize. Oh, he could have let that one go and would have been a wide, but played at it anyway. Shahzaib, he's turned those jets on. Easily come back for 3 runs. That one slashed hard, pierces the infield. They'll just settle with 2 runs. So this will complete Mavericks inning. 216 runs on the board. Very, 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 very good total. 216. It's gonna take some chasing. But look at that. Mohammad Mustajab, 114 runs, 61 deliveries faced. Harpreet, 64 off of 47, very respectable 54, and then Shahzaib and Ahmed Adil Amin both with the 15 and 9. And we look at the bowling card here, everybody got hit except for maybe Saad Khan there, who seems to be below that $10 10 run economy. And then Amir Hamza as well with that 8.50. Saad Khan proving to be the only one that picked up wickets today. So not a day to remember for Glenmore Knights bowlers here. The second innings will be starting shortly here, maybe in 5 to 10 minutes. So we'll check back in. Don't go anywhere, grab your popcorns, and we will be right back. Welcome back. Mavericks is just taking the field. The openers are out there. Looks like it's going to be Sanjay and the lefty. Is that Osama? We'll have to confirm with the scorecard when those are up. I'm pretty sure that looks like it is Osama. So this is interesting because this year they had Osama playing in the division below. So maybe recognizing or realizing that they need some more batting. So Osama comes up and plays for Elite. And it's going to be the usual Aftab Baloch. It's a tall individual, usually bowls that short line, gets that steep bounce. Could be lethal at times with that new ball, so we'll see how things turn out. Power play, best believe, will be very, very, very crucial for Glenmore Knights. They've got to aim for at least 70 to 80 runs in that power play. It'll be Sanjay to face Aftab for the very first ball. Starts off with the fuller one. Oh, you best believe Mavericks, their energy is going to be completely different. I can already hear them all the way in the comm box. They've got to be feeling confident. 216 runs on the board. Not easy to get. Ooh, very well bowled by Aftab. This is his natural line and length. He usually bowls that back of the line. Could be hard to deal with at times. 2 dot balls to start his first over.
I think maybe both the batsmen can take about 5 balls to get set. Both Sanjay and Osama. After that, I think you need to get going because I don't think you have much of a runway.
I totally agree with you, Anand. It's 100%. They will need to settle in if they can't get going right away. 100%. Especially with a bowler like Aftab, he could be tricky at times, like I said, because he's so tall and he bowls that slightly shorter line. Sanjay, even though he dealt with that beautifully that last ball, able to pick up 4 runs, but it's exactly what Glenmore is going to need. We'll see how Sama gets going on the other end, but for now, Sanjay, he's already off the mark. Picked up a boundary that's got to feel good for his confidence. Umpires just making sure there's no defects when it comes to the ball. Ooh, that one kind of came in at the same time. Well bowled by Aftab. This one was on the pad. Sanjay just flicks that one. We'll just settle for 1. This will bring Osama. He will face his first and last ball of this over. Lefty-righty combination by Glenmore Knights. What do you think the bare minimum is for Glenmore Knights to get in within the power play?
I think maybe 60 at least. I think that's the bare minimum. Maximum you go for 70 maybe. Almost like if you look at international cricketers, like a Chris Gayle innings is what you need at the bare minimum.
100%. At least 60. I was thinking maybe even 70 towards 80. Because if they are not able to utilize this power play, with the 5 fielders out, it'll only be more difficult for them to get boundaries. And that last ball, it was a bit wide-ish. I'm surprised it wasn't called a wide ball, but that completes the first over. Just 4 runs. Very good start by Anand there. Now, Zishan Butt will start his second over from the other end. Now, he is somebody who's been with Mavericks for quite some time now. Opposite to what Aftab is. He usually bowls fuller, tries to get the ball to swing away and pick up his wickets that way. Maybe not as pacey as Aftab, but he's been consistently, every year he's consistently in the top 3 for most wickets all across C&DCL. So we'll see how his day is going to turn out. You best believe Sanjay is going to be looking to take him on. Now that one did swing in the air. And he's got that bit of a slingy action as well. That does help him get that swing. So it'll go away from the righty and it'll come into the lefties. And while the ball's still new, it's gonna do a little bit here. Now, question for you on it: do they attack a certain bowler here, like in terms of either Aftab or Zishan here, or do they try to go for everybody here?
I think right now, at least these first 2 overs, you see what their caliber is of both the bowlers, and then you start to attack them. Maybe do you wait for spin is one option, because I know slow balls have been hard to hit today, but at the same time, usually batsmen have an easy time of hitting spinners. So is that the time you target? It depends, but I think learning what Zishan is, how he's bowling, and learning how Aftab is bowling, and then go from there. I think that's how you need to approach this game.
100%. Tamed approach is suggested by Anand here, and very mature approach, I would say. On that one, he got a chance because that one was pitched. The first 3 balls were like a bit fuller, almost Yorker lengths. This one, the moment he saw one pitch, threw his bat at it, was able to get 3 runs off of that one. So playing with a positive mindset, they have no choice. They will have to attack anything that they feel like they can go after. 2 more balls to come in this over. Trying to ball away from Sanjay here. Ends up bowling a wide. Another one swinging in the air, played it right to the fielder there. Good fielding effort. They end up picking a single off of that anyway. Last ball to come in this over. 8 runs conceded so far. Decent over by Zishan Butt as well. 13 on the board. Oh, straight to the fielder and taken by, I believe, Shahzaib. So that gets Zishan but his first wicket. Didn't change much, pitched it up, does what he usually does, and ends up getting a wicket. What a breakthrough by Mavericks. And to make matters worse, Glenmore Knights, they have lost an opener here already. You think a fair shot by Osama there, given the how many runs they need in total, and what do you think on it?
Yeah, I was just gonna say that the experiment window is about to be closed. I think now is the time you need to go for it, because I think that required run rate has jumped up to more than 11 now, and if you don't go now, it's never. So I think Osama was right to play it, and with the power play, because you need to have that many fielders inside the circle. I think he was unlucky; he found a fielder right there. So yeah, unfortunate, but I think it was the right move by Osama as well.
Yeah, a bit unlucky there. Like we were talking earlier in Mavericks innings, like they were taking chances, but even the ones that weren't connecting cleanly, it was landing safe, but unfortunate for Osama. I felt like it was a good enough connection, but didn't get the elevation that he was looking for. Hit it straight to the fielder, and the fielder completed the catch. Now the captain himself is on the crease. Those are going to be difficult for Aftab to get, because he gets that crazy bounce. Unless he's bowling Yorkers, it'll be very difficult for him to pick up a LBW here. 158 matches, 3,522 runs for Saad Khan. This is a beautiful shot by Sanjay. We'll see if this travels all the way, and it does. It goes further than all the way. So Sanjay on the right track. He's got 2 boundaries under his belt now. Now he's those classy players that has the technique. And once you have the technique, the big shots become easier to play. So Sanjay, like, he's got to understand his importance for the day or for the match. His team is going to be relying on him. He's got to go big here. Maybe something similar to what Harpreet and Mustajib played. And he's got to make those runs quickly here. Beautifully played. Another one straight to the fielder. Unfortunately, that one, I believe Zan Urshad. Or is that Akib Majid? I apologize. I think it is Zan Urshad was not able to complete that catch. Similar to what was hit towards Shahzaib, but had too much heat on it. Hit his hand, came right out. And Zan Urshad there is putting his hands out. Now we've seen ones that go straight through, and then we've seen these ones that come into the batsman. Like, what do you think about the over, or the second over that he's bowled so far on it? Like that one there, you can clearly see coming in.
Yeah, I think he knows he can get a bit of a swing or get him to nick it, because that's the way how Sanjay's batting more freely and more openly, as you see it now again.
What a shot that was. Saw one pitched up, did not hesitate to throw his bat at it. Ends up getting a boundary off of that. And what was looking to be a good over, 8 runs conceded, all through boundaries. And Sanjay once again showing his class. Puts it towards the boundary through the offside here. Anytime it's a high scoring game, you either see the second team get very, very close, or it's a total collapse. So we'll see what happens here, but this partnership right here is very, very important and full of pressure. Both of these guys understanding that they need to score runs at a high pace and maybe not give up there. Look at that pull shot, just swivels on his foot there. There is a fielder in the deep, rightly so, but He's not able to keep that in. Goes all the way for 6 runs. 14 off of that over. 21 runs already for Sanjay now. What a over that was for Sanjay. What did you think about some of those shots there, Anand?
I'm gonna use a quick story here. When I was doing this last game again, when Glenmore Knights was playing, Sandeep sir was the commentator for that game, and I believe they call him in the dugout as Sanjay Sanju, and that reminds me of Sanju Samson, who currently plays for the Indian cricket team, and I think Sanjay has a bit of his esque as well. Opening the bat really well, playing those nice shots comfortably, doesn't look stressed at all. So I think if we can continue this for another few overs, I think they're on a good track. But at the same time, I think Saad also should support giving that mentoring captain role, and then things could look on the higher side for Glenmore Knights.
And what a praise that was, Sanju Samson. Like, I can definitely see the glimpses. Sanjay is a very, very capable batsman. Like I said, he has the technique, so big shots follow. And I think he's gotten himself into this game now. 21 runs and 14 balls faced already for him. And you talked about Saad Khan playing that supporting role. Now, he is somebody that also likes to just get after it. So it'll be interesting to see this right here. If these two are able to fire off, Sanjay on the right track already, but if Saad Khan is able to pitch in with his big shots, we are in for fireworks, folks. But Z here just sticking to his strengths, and I call him Z because I know him very well. His real name is Zishan, so sticking to what he does best, just keeping the ball up. Batsmen, they have no choice but to hit it straight, and they do have a fielder in the deep for that shot on long on area there. Saad Khan, he's got to be careful here, because if he tries to go across on Zishan Butt here, he might end up losing his stumps. So we'll see how this competition goes, but so far so good for Zishan Butt. That one he'll have to bowl again. Just down leg. You can see the strategy by Zishan. He's just trying. He's gonna bowl most of his bowls stump to stump. So basically, you miss, I hit type of mentality, and it's usually his approach anyway. So he's worked out already for him. He's picked up a wicket of Osama Khan earlier. Another one right on the stumps. No room for Sanjay to free up his arms. Now does Sanjay just come down the track here, maybe change up the length here a little bit on it? What do you think he does differently to maybe pick up a boundary in this over?
I think play a little bit more freely, open his stance a little bit, and yeah, there we go.
Just as I talked about it, he came down the track, smacked one over or outside of the boundary, and that went all the way. And just like that, this over turned out to be a good one for Glenmore Knights here. Another ball to come. 12 runs off of this over already.
They've started off really well as well. Their current run rate, if you look at it, has gone up to 10. They just need 11, so maybe a couple more runs in this last ball. You're on the right track.
100%. And before, or when we set that at the beginning of the match, these two are evenly matched teams. So anytime that happens, usually you see a beautiful game of cricket. Hoping for the same thing here, but Sanjay understanding his role very, very well. 30 runs on the board already for him. And what prediction that was. Went down the track and changed it up his length. Another one, but he's just going to go get off the strike here. Or actually, he's going to come back because it's end of the over. And another good over for Glenmore Knights. They're right in this, 41 on the board, 4 overs, only 1 wicket down. As we take a quick look at the points table here, this is, I'm not going to say a bit of a shocker because Kings 2 is that team that has played together for so long. They have that camaraderie and they have that the brotherhood. And look at that net run rate, the highest net run rate at the same time. 6 games played, none lost, and just no result. Exceptional results by Kings 2. With the way Elite is this year, I could not have predicted that. But it just shows if you have that chemistry and that brotherhood in the team, anything is possible. St. John's, they're completely stacked, so much talent, rightly so, sitting at number 2. Kings 1, if you've been in Calgary for a few years now, you understand how elite the Kings club is. Every year they're in contention, no matter where they're playing. Big tournaments, winning those, they've done all of that. So these players, some of the best players in Calgary, belonging to Kings Cricket Club, they were sitting at number 3. So again, elite this year is just different. It's fun to see for somebody like me. And what a fun game we have on our hands here. Ibrahim. Now he is a new addition for Mavericks this year as well. Been in the league for some time now. Very decent bowler as well. And definitely adds value to Mavericks bowling lineup. We'll see if what Sanjay does to counter him. Ooh, that one was very close to taking the edge there. 2 straight dot balls. Now we saw that earlier with the keeper, Harpreet, as well. Bowls, like these kind of balls that were like slightly on the offside, he was throwing his bat at it too. Sanjay also did something similar. Oh, this one came in as well. 3 dot balls in a row for Ibrahim. Now here as a bowler, you've got to understand that Sanjay is going to try and hit you on this next ball. So I would love to see Ibrahim just mix up maybe a short ball here. Or maybe he goes in and bowls a bouncer here. Just something different than his first 3 balls. Ooh. Never mind, he kept it the same. Maybe just changed up just the channel a little bit. And with that nip that he's getting, the ball coming in, great channel as well. 4 dot balls in a row. Pressure is building on Sanjay. Now we saw when Mavericks were batting, Mustajib and Harpreet, they were able to put away bowlers at ease. Was it mainly, you think, was it the line and length, or was it something that the bowlers weren't doing properly, or was it just the batsmen, they had their day today on? And what do you think? Because this is the 5th dot ball in a row.
I think it's just being able to eye that ball perfectly and have a mindset that we need this win. I think that's one other thing. Also, not saying Glenmore Knights got a bit of distraction as well at the beginning. They didn't have the entire team. Maybe they didn't have a chance to get together as a whole. They had only 6 players available during toss time. So maybe not having that team connection, team meeting early on, maybe sidetracked them a little bit, that bit. So maybe not everybody's on the same page. But now you can see in the dugout there are a few players together. But I wonder if that plays a role as well in this. But at the same time, pressure is also building with these dot balls.
And I gotta say, I love your the picture you put together every time, your explanation. Oh, as I say that, he was able to get underneath that one. Is this gonna go all the way? But the outfield is slower towards the end of the boundary there, so it just settles in. It'll just be a single. Sanjay will come back to strike and face the next over. And like you were saying, as somebody who plays cricket in C&DCL myself, I know exactly what you mean by not having um, full at least 7 players to complete the toss before or 15 minutes earlier when the toss happens before the game starts. As a captain, nothing could be more frustrating than that, especially when the second team is there and they've warmed up, maybe done bit of catching or whatever have you. Just I think having your full guys before the toss mentally is just eases you and just prepares you better for what's to come. But an opposite to that is not having at least 7 guys, and then you're rushing everything. The plan goes out the window. You might have decided that, hey, if we win the toss, we'll go bat. Maybe that was the plan for Saad Khan, but they as a team did not give themselves that chance to even have the toss, and so Mavericks would have won that toss if they did not have those 7 players in. And look at the type of day that they've had so far. Now Zain Urshad has come in to bowl his first over. Again, somebody who was playing in the lower division, promoted up to all the way up to elite. Somebody that also, because of his action, swings the ball in. So we'll see what he's able to do with the ball here. I think that one just took part of his clothing, and Sanjay just rightly so pointing right at it. Comes down the track. Fielder converging underneath. I don't think this will be caught. That went all the way for a maximum. So the ones he's come down and maybe not let the ball swing, he's able to get good result from those. We saw him come down the track and hit Z over towards the mid-wicket area for a maximum. Now this one, he went all the way down and hit a 6 over long off. Oh, well fielded by Zishan Butt in the circle there. Definitely saved a few runs there. So Sanjay is sitting at 40. What do you think about his display so far, Anand?
Yeah, so far so good. I know he might have all the pressure in this world, but him playing his type of style and him playing the role his team needs, I think it's not only going to be a confidence booster for his team, but himself as well, because I know there are going to be plenty more matches that he has to play, his team has to play. So even if they don't win this one, they can look forward to the next one, and one of them, the thing he can realize is that they have a valuable asset in Sanjay.
Absolutely. Best believe looks like he's completely settled in, but definitely has to keep that scoreboard pressure on his mind, but he's dealing with it very well. They're scoring at least like close to 10 runs. Like they're sitting at 9.09 right now, so keeping that run rate where it needs to be. They should be able to come back for 2. Saad Khan does not look like he wants to. Even though Saad Khan's been on the field for a while, he's only really faced 2 deliveries. Majority of the balls faced by Sanjay. This concludes the power play. 54 runs. I was thinking maybe 70 to 80. Do you think that's enough for, or would you consider this a decent power play for Glenmore Knights?
Especially that the pressure that Sanjay has been put on, it's decent enough. Not enough though, most certainly, but decent enough considering what they have gone through and what they need to go through. I think it's decently, especially because Saad is just getting used to the crease. Sanjay is the most settled batsman in, and I think he has done his role decently fine.
Absolutely. I think whatever Sanjay needed to do, maybe he completes his 50 here and then just really goes after the bowlers here. But in terms of what he needed to do with the bat, he has definitely, I would say, done his job. So Saad Khan on the other end and the batsmen that are to come after this, they should absolutely be ready mentally, first of all, because this is going to be a team effort. No matter how many runs Sanjay is able to score, there's gotta be that second and the third guy that also pitches in. And now with Saad Khan, I do want to point that out that he does like a bit of pace. And you can call him unorthodox, but he has plenty of runs under his belt. So he's definitely effective at that style, and he's a big dude, so he's able to, if he connects it, there's no way he won't be able to get some value out of those big shots. But for now, he's just happy with the single. Just happy to let Sanjay do his thing while he settles in. Beautiful shot there by Sanjay. Looked effortless. Traveled all the way to the boundary anyway. Now this is looking more like what Mustajib and Harpreet were doing earlier. Place a boundary, 4 or 6, and then not play any dot balls. Keep rotating the strike. That has to be the blueprint for Glenmore to be able to do well and hopefully chase this down. Now they're up to the task, especially with Sanjay up there. This should get him at least a single here. Even though he got hit for a boundary, in his 2 overs, it's just 8 runs conceded total. So far so good for him. Holds that one wide. He throws his bat at it. Beautiful shot by Saad Khan. Fielder is there to cut it off, but it's a good connection nonetheless. It's gotta feel good because once you get one out of the middle, sometimes that's all it takes for you to get going. So 62 for 1 after 7 for Glenmore. Xander looks like he's going to continue his. And why wouldn't he? He had a great first over. 12 runs, not bad. He has a big total on the board, but backs off, plays it towards the offside. Fielder is there, so field placement has been good for Mavericks. They're outside of the power play, so they have the luxury to have at least 5. Another one played through the extra covers. This might actually travel all the way for 4 runs. So now it's Saad Khan getting going. This game is heating up on it. I'm loving what Glenmore Knights are doing in terms of the counter punch. They're not backing down. This is exactly the type of stuff they would have required and will require to get another 149 runs. What do you make of everything so far?
Yeah, like I said, they didn't have a brightest of the couple.
That's a great catch, by the way. Sorry to interrupt on
Yeah.
him there. And that's Shahzaib Urshid that will complete that catch. Now, this is the type of stuff that was actually unfortunately missing from Glenmore Knights in terms of look at that effort and look at that diving to his left and completing that anyway. And that went up in the air. Wasn't an easy catch, but Shahzaib Urshid, he's able to complete that and get Mavericks their second breakthrough. And I'll let you complete your thought there on it.
Yeah, like I was saying, Glenmore Knights didn't have a couple of great outings last 2 games, and I think right before the catch was taken, I was going to say, like, they know that mentality that they need to perform stronger. They have a good team out there, like you mentioned, Saad Khan, Sanjay. They have a good team. They just need that one strong of an outing, and I think they were showing that. Now we'll see how this wicket is gonna. Will it put them one step back? We'll see, but it was so far so good for them.
Absolutely. I think, again, the thing that was missing from, if you talk about fielding compared to Glenmore Knights and so far what we've seen from Mavericks is catches. Like this one, like majority of the times, you unfortunately would not see this catch being completed, but it's just a matter of having those right guys in the right places to be able to take these. And Mavericks, smartly so, they have their field set properly. And Shahzaib Urshid, once again, was able to complete that beautiful catch, running to his left and then diving ultimately. And then the new guy in is going to be Ankit. One more ball to come in this over. Xander should be able to get rid of Saad Khan. And he's, again, bowling that tight channel. Not letting Sanjay or anyone else swing freely. Very, very decent bowling effort by Mavericks so far. Glenmore Knights, even though they lost Saad Khan, they just got to keep the positive mindset here. As long as Sanjay's out there, he's got to have others that are supporting him. It's a mighty task, but I think if they take it 5 overs at a time, or maybe even less than that. Set small targets, small goals, achieve those, and ultimately go for that run chase. But again, all of this is easier said than done. The weather has completely cooled down, so fatigue and being out of breath, all of that will get better. Starts with a full one. Kid tries to work that up towards the offside here. Field does well. And another thing you've noticed is a great fielding effort by Mavericks so far. Mainly because they know they have the total on the board. It just makes everything easier. You have less pressure on the field. You end up completing more catches, and you see diving efforts all across them. So far, very impressive fielding effort by Mavericks. 70 on the board, 8.2, 8.3, 147 runs still, 70. Completely missed that last boundary that Sanjay was able to hit. I apologize, but he was able to put Ibrahim away for a maximum. Bit of a technical issue in the comp box here, but we're up and running again. 8 runs conceded off of this over so far by Ibrahim, and Sanjay out there still doing his thing. 8 runs conceded, 1 more ball to go. Right on the stumps, Ankit is able to put that one away towards the leg side, and they actually end up running back for 2, so beautiful running between these two as well. 77 runs on the board after 9. 12.55 is required for the run rate. 138 runs to be exact. 66 balls to come in this inning. Zain Ershad, rightly so, comes back to bowl his third over. Just 19 runs conceded. He's got that one scalp as well. I love what Zain Ershad is doing. He's just keeping it simple. Just bowling straight wicket to wicket. Nothing too complicated. Keeping it simple. He's going to make the batsman hit him. He's not going to give him any looseners. Another one right underneath the bat off Sanjay. He couldn't do much, but just played down the ground to rotate the strike. I think it's going to be another case where these two will just have to go down the track and hopefully try to put him away for a boundary here. cut off by Shaheen Mavericks in the deep there. Now this pierces the offside field. There is a sweeper to collect that, throws that in, another single. So beautiful over so far from Zain Ershad. Oh, this one was on the pads. I think this will travel all the way for 4. This crosses the boundary and then some. So much needed boundary coming off of the bat of Ankit Desai. You can see Zain Ershad just regretting bowling that. It's done so well so far, but unfortunately for him, bowls one that doesn't pitches right on the pads and gets hit for a boundary. So 7 runs conceded in this over. Last ball to come. Swinging in. Ankit is able to get decent enough connection on it. Now, is that another boundary? Exactly what Glenmore would have been hoping for. So these two are off to a mark. 2 straight boundaries by Ankit. And just like that, that over has turned into 11 runs. Good over for Glenmore Knights here. 90 for 2 after 10. You can see the similarities within that chart as well. Mavericks were exactly at that point as well, but obviously they had not lost any wickets. So the chase is on. This is turning out to be a nail biter. The thing with Mavericks is we're gonna have a switch when it comes to a keeper as well. Their regular keeper, Mohammad Mustajib, he will put the pads on. He's gonna come up the stumps, and there's a change in bowling as well. It's gonna be Shaheen Mavericks. Took a beautiful catch earlier, and he bowls a decent leg spin. Bowls it similar to Daniel from Glenmore Knights. He's going to loop the ball up. The batsman's going to have a lot of time, but more importantly, they will have to have that bat swing to be able to put Shaheen away for boundaries. Starts off well, but Sanjay is able to work it away for at least a single. Cut off by, this should be 2 runs actually. Cut off by a fielder in the deep, but comes down the tracks, lashes it. Akib Majid is there in the deep to cut that one off. I think Sanjay is just requesting for a different bat. We'll have to bowl that one again. 124 runs required still. Oh, that one he got underneath. I think this should travel all the way, and it does. It comes into the parking lot, actually. So much needed, or they actually have been getting boundaries, but the boundary needed for this over has come from the bat of Ankit Desai. Completely got underneath that one and smacked it for a 6 on the leg side here. So 10 runs conceded already in this over. 3 more balls to come. What do you think of the effort so far by Glenmore Knights?
I think great little cameo, as you can see on your screens right now, from Aniket Desai. 2 4s and a 6 at a strike rate of 211, complementing Sanjay really well. And I think Sanjay much needed that. He can take a small breather because he was the one driving the innings so far, and then now he has a supporter role with him alongside. So both of them complementing really well. They have still work to do, but I think they're on the right track back again.
Absolutely agree, because as somebody in Sanjay's position, like, you want your partner to be as capable, be able to hit the loose ball for maximums or at least 4 runs, and Ankit has proven to be exactly that partner that Sanjay would have required. So these two now, Ankit has got to understand that his role is very, very big, and he's going to need to stick it out there with Sanjay and drag this inning as far as possible to give his team a chance. This is very well bowled by Shahzeeb there. So another spinner introduced, another regular for Mavericks. I believe this is Avesh. Very neat off spinner. I think bowls a little bit quicker through the air. Doesn't loop it as much. .38 matches, 17 wickets, 5.73 for his economy for Avesh. Keeping it simple, just bowling stump to stump. It's not making it more complicated than it has to be. Another similar bowl. Nothing Ankit can do about that one. Just have to wait for another one. Oh, that one had an amazing bat swing on it. And the results, 6 runs. Now, these two are obviously very, very capable batsmen. If they're able to get a hold of I think this might be a mistake. I'm pretty sure that ball went all the way for a maximum, but we'll see if that gets corrected or if that indeed was 4. But nonetheless, boundary, much needed one. 2 more balls to come in this over. Another beautiful shot. Now there's a fielder converging underneath it. Completes the catch. Another one down. So we're seeing a clear difference in when it comes to catching. What did you think about that catch, Anand?
Yeah, magnificent. I'll see if I got a replay of that. But he went down low, right into his knees, and grabbed it perfectly. And I think we'll go back to that slogan that I talked about earlier on, catches 20 matches, and I think that's what we are seeing from the Shaheen Mavericks. Safe pair of hands. I mean, one important thing, it was warm earlier, so it would have been hard to grab the ball. Friction would have stopped it, but now that the hands are cooler, it may come onto your hands easier. So, like you said, Farhan, a little bit of easier evening for now Shaheen Mavericks to take those catches.
100%. But like you said, like catches always important no matter how many runs are on the board. But when you do have a big total, it does take pressure off of you in terms of you being able to complete that catch. And I think this was Shahzeeb Urshid again with the beautiful catch. So clearly their best fielder, if not one of the best fielders on their side, and ball is following him today. Second beautiful and big catch completed by him. Now it's Amir Hamza, so now they're 3 down, and we're starting to see all-rounders coming in from Glenmore Knights. I would have loved to see Ankit maybe stay there a little bit longer and just maybe tack on a few more runs, to maybe 10 to 20 runs, but rightly so, he had to go for it. Unfortunately for him, beautiful catch completed by Shahzeeb Urshid, and what was looking out to be a great inning by Ankit had to come to an end. 109 on the board after 12. 13.50 is what they require to successfully complete this chase. Sanjay is still out there. Osama couldn't do much with, even though he tried, but he was caught on long on. Satran again was looking good, but was taken as well. And then Ankit, the best one out of the 3, had a couple maximums under his belt, but was ultimately caught in the deep. Now, Glenmore Knights, they'll have to reset things here a little bit. Again, another new batter on the crease. And what does this mean for Sanjay, you think, Anand?
I think the word that I've used all day long, pressure, I think more pressure tacked on him. He's the only settled man in, and you need to have at least one settled man in always. Second more the better, and that was either Saad or Aniket, who are both gone now. So I think more pressure onto Sanjay.
Now, he's played that upish. I think he should land safe. It does land safely. Fielder couldn't get underneath that one. It went high in the air, but I totally agree. Sanjay, like he himself, now he's seen that last shot, went all the way. It only went up. It didn't have any distance on it, but him and Ankit together, they were looking dangerous. But now with the new batter and Amir Hamza, he's trying to go for the big shots, but whenever you're new to the crease, very, very difficult to start to go from the very first ball. But he'll have to wait for the ball to come to him, because Shahzeeb he gives it a nice loop, so he'll have to be patient. Try to go for that one, but he'll have to bowl that one again. Just 2 runs conceded in this over so far. Or that was a third one from a wide. That one looks like it has a good connection on it. Akib in the deep there was not able to cut that one off, so it's got to feel good for Amir Hamza. Couldn't get his bat on few of those deliveries, but this last one he was able to make a solid enough connection. And it crossed that boundary there, so they gotta keep firing. 116 runs on the board, 7 more overs to come. Still 100 runs for them to get. I think for Glenmore Knights, they're gonna need that one big over, maybe like that 20 plus 20 run over for them to make this thing even more interesting. But for now, it'll be a Wes to continue his spell. Good running by Sanjay and Amir in the middle there. It's a good rotation of the strike. That's the bare minimum they got to do. They cannot manage or afford to play any dot balls here. Sanjay comes down the track. This should go all the way for a maximum, and it does. Goes onto the road actually, so Sanjay, after a little bit, I think this is his signature shot, coming down the track and hitting it straight over the bowler's head. That one right in his arc, middled it to perfection. And that goes right over Shahzaib. Thought he was in it for till the very end, but still looking for the ball in the... Sanjay has hit that so well that it went to the other side, and you see those heavy bushes. And they're able to locate the ball, so 10 runs conceded in this over so far. 2 more balls to come. Bit of a mishap by Ibrahim in the deep, and Sanjay is able to come back for 2 runs. $75 on the board for Sanjay. Another beautiful shot. There's no way this doesn't go all the way. Oh, this is actually taken by the fielder there, and I stand corrected. What a catch completed by the fielder there. Looked like he was going to go over him, and hats off to Sanjay on his beautiful inning, and what a catch completed by that fielder in the deep. It looked like it should go all the way, but at the end I think he was well within the circle there, so Nice, comfortable catch completed at the end, and Mavericks, they've got the big breakthrough, the main man that they wanted to get out. What do you think, Anand? Is it looking like it might be a wrap for Glenmore Knights here, or can they pull a rabbit out of the hat here?
I don't know who is going to come in next, but I think it's almost curtains. I think Sanjay gave the lifeline they needed, and that lifeline is gone departed. Great catch though at the boundary line too, but yeah, little too late for them. They couldn't get start going. I mean, Sanjay had that start, but maybe Osama, if he could have played a couple shots, or even the batsmen that followed, even Saad, maybe if he would have stayed a little longer, then maybe there was a different outcome. But slowly now it's curtains on Glenmore Knights, and now all they can do is maybe just have fun, practice your batting shots, and then focus on the next game. And the next game, try to have your players early come in the field, get your warm-ups together, get a meeting done, and then go from there. I think that's the best outcome here.
100%. We still yet to see what the outcome of this game is going to be, but 100% this is looking like the Mavericks should be able to successfully defend this total. And like Anand said, the best thing these Glenmore Knight batsmen can do here is stay positive and maybe still try to go for those big shots. They've got no other options because they're inching towards needing 15 runs and over. Mighty ask. Loops it up to Daniel. He's just stepped onto the crease, so he's not able to get a decent enough connection on it. Another loopy delivery. Another one with just enough connection to have that fielder cut off. Oh, I think this one is looking like it's decent enough connection, but Akib is able to complete that catch. Another one down, but cannot blame the batter here too much. They have to absolutely go for these. And credit to Mavericks, they're completing their catches. Gets underneath that one, takes that comfortably at the end, and Shahzeeb has dismissed Daniel here as well.
You're almost falling like 9 pins now, and it's either the batsman trying to go for those shots, knowing they want to try, and I think that's showing the try effort. Like they haven't given up moral-wise, they want to keep going. And then on the other hand, Shaheen Mavericks will be happy with it because they're getting the catching practice, they're getting the bowling practice, and they'll feel confident. I think this will boost their run rate too, so I think they'll climb up at least a spot with the points table. So overall, good night so far for the Shaheen Mavericks.
Absolutely, I think Riley said Mavericks, they just got to keep taking these catches. They cannot take it easy now in the field, and for Glenmore Knights, I think they have no other options but to stay positive, try to still go for those big shots and hopefully put some of those away. But so far it's Mavericks on top, 133 runs, 5 down. And Himanshu is the new batter in. Extremely loopy delivery. I think this one should run all the way for 4. So Himanshu is able to put that one away. And that's also been called a no ball, so Shahzeeb will have to bowl that one again. I think there is yet another ball to be bowled in this over, but we'll see what the umpires decide. But I think there is a dot ball to come in this over. Maybe. We'll see what the final decision is. And umpires seems like they're calling it an over. Oh, this might be a stumping chance, or I think he has completed that beautiful stumping there by Mustajib. Amir Hamza just leaving his crease, wanted to hit that one so hard, but not able to make a connection, and now Hamza has to go back as well. Yeah, great effort. You can clearly see the bat not grounded before Mustajib takes those stumps out of the ground, and another one down for Glenmore Knights. But can you blame them? They had to go for it. Sometimes it pays off, sometimes it doesn't, but at least they're going down fighting. What would you say, Anand?
Yeah, I think I said earlier in the last wicket especially, they're not giving up. I know some teams could easily give up at this point, but I know there is the fight in them. They have the dog in them to carry through, because that's what you need to show your team. You're worthwhile to compete, and this is of course the elite level, so you need to show that you're tough to compete. You'll have more matches to play, you'll have more tournaments to play, you'll maybe have playoffs to play as well in the future, but you need to show that you're willing to fight.
Absolutely, I think very well said. And then for Mavericks, I think they are one of the teams that are in that big bash tournament as well. That's happening on this weekend. So for them, they'll be full of confidence going into that tournament. Not sure if Glenmore has a team in there, but they might very well have some players playing for different teams. But you're right. At least the least they can do is go down fighting, but for their own morale and just so they can walk into the next game knowing that they fought till the very end. It's nice and cool here in this inland cricket ground. Sun he's hiding behind the mountains, so there's no more sunlight or the sunshine directly shining onto the ground. Nice chilly breeze as well. So tapering things off nicely here. I'll have to bowl that one again. Four more overs to come, 73 runs needed. So another 4 overs to come. It is 9:04 now on the clock. Sun looks like it's going down fast. The light, there's still good visibility, but maybe one of these teams have not completed their innings on time. The batsman's still not ready to face the bowler yet. I think he's just getting his protective equipment, just putting it on. It's delaying the game even more. 9:05 on the board already. This game should have been completed around this time. Fuller one, fielder getting underneath it, catch completed. So Zishan Butt comes in, picks up a wicket right away here.
I'll just quickly take a moment to thank our sponsors, Power Physiotherapy, Sports Injury. And if you want to advertise with us, reach out at 22yardsnetwork.com. And then Sherbet Juices, real fruit, real flavor juices, let the good times roll. And then OP Lawyers as well, the main representative, Imtiaz Hafiz. And I see about 20 of us watching on the YouTube front. If you haven't already, like, share, and subscribe this video. Hope you enjoyed our coverage. Me and Farhan in the Combox are right here live from Inland Cricket Ground.
Awesome and very well said. I think without the people watching, it'd be pointless to have these streams, and we want to thank all of you guys that are still out there watching, supporting. Like Anon said, if you haven't subscribed, do so. The weekend is going to be full of fun. The big tournament is happening. Lots of talent that we normally get to see on the TV. We'll get to see it right in front of our eyes live. So subscribe to this channel, because all of that will be streamed through this channel. It's Hamza Javed. Slashes that one straight up in the air again. Oh, unfortunately that one never looked comfortable underneath that one. It was moving away from him. I believe that's Adil Amin. See, just putting his hands up. Thought he had another one, but good effort in the end, because the ones that are moving away from you are never easy to complete. I think this is the very first drop from Mavericks. They took the ones that were important, the ones that they needed to take. Now we're just going through the motions. 3 more overs to come after this one. 69 runs to get still. It's a very good over by Z. Wicket. Only 5 runs conceded in that one. 149 runs on the board after 17. Oh, that was a chance. Zishan tried to get close to it, but in the end was not able to get a hand on it, but it stops right before it crosses the boundary, so it won't be 4 runs. Another one that just runs behind the wicket there. Zishan, but will just get there and throw it in again. The batsman just struggling to get enough connection on it. This one's up in the air. Keeper calls for it. Completes the catch. So now Aftab gets in the wicket column as well. And he's not easy, especially as a tail ender. It's not easy to put him away. Next batsman in is Devesh. Mainly known for his bowling. Today he gets to bat a little bit as well. 113 matches. Ooh, dangerous delivery. This will wrap up Aftab's 3rd over. 2 more overs to come. 12 balls. Oh, so you see the replay there. We're not sure about that shot. What do you think about that shot there? I'm not sure if
Yeah, I
that
don't
was...
think Divesh expected that ball at all. He didn't know where to hit it. Should he go offside or leg side? I think safe option was to leave it alone like he did. So yeah, he was totally clueless about that one, I think.
Yeah, that one was very, very close to his head too. Good thing he didn't struck him or anything like that, but dangerous ball to get as the very first ball. Comes down the track, plays it towards the leg side. There is a fielder there. Just throw it in. Oh, Hamza just wanted to put that one in the parking lot, but could not get a decent enough connection on it. 2 more balls to come. That was a wild swing by Hamza Jawed there. He's got an interesting bat that he's batting with as well. Straight up in the air. I don't think this will be caught. Oh, it is caught by Akib. What a catch taken by him. Amazing stuff by Akib Majid there. supporting the bowler, and Z just like that has another wicket. This is exactly the reason why he's usually in top 3 by the end of the season overall in the league. What a catch taken. What did you think about that fielding effort there?
Yeah,
I th-
sorry, well judged. It was in the air for quite a bit, and then he knew where that ball was landing perfectly, and then got under it. I mean, it helps also that the sun has gone down low, so it was kind of easier to see as well where it was going, and perfectly judged catch.
Absolutely, got to give him props. I think this is it for Glenmore Knights when it comes to their batting. Uh, what a game, what a win, what a statement win by Mavericks. Uh, did their job early with the bat, put 200 plus runs on the board, did their job when it came to bowling and fielding as well, took those important catches and gave nothing away except for maybe like a chance or two there. But flawless performance by Shaheen Mavericks and a statement win by them.
I don't know if I'll have an updated points table yet because they're still updating the scores, but we'll go through the batting and bowling card for now. Why don't we?
Absolutely, let's do that real quick. But looking at Glenmore Knights, man of the hour was Sanjay for them. 75 runs, just 51 deliveries. And then Ankit was the second best out of the lot there. Everyone else tried to pitch in, but the urgency was there. They were going for the big shots, but hats off to Mavericks. They were able to complete the catches and able to get the Glenmore out and win by those 60 runs. Quick bowling card there by Mavericks as well. So except for a few guys there, everybody is under that 10. Contrary to what Glenmore Knights and their card looked like, the wickets were spread out too. Zishan with 3. Aftab got his 1 at the end there, and then you got Zain Nurshid and then Shahzeb both with 1, and then you got Aves Javed for his big 3 wickets, an economy of 7.67. So in the end, Glenmore Knights unfortunately were not able to complete the run chase, and Mavericks have won this game by 60 runs.
Yeah, I don't think they have updated the points table. It should be Shaheen Mavericks with a much improved run rate and above, possibly going above Glenmore Knights. But we'll wait for that. Maybe in an hour or so, maybe that will get updated, especially because they had only 9 players to bat out there. And player of the match, will see if that has appeared or not. No, it hasn't. But I think you know your pick, right, Farhan, for player of the match.
Absolutely. I think player of the match, none other than Mustajib. It has to be him. The way he was able to do things with his bat, could not have played it any better. Huge maximums by him. Was able to put his team in the front. Harpreet was also a very, very good partner with him, but I would be surprised to see anyone else but Muhammad Mustajib get that player of the match for his contribution with the bat of 114 runs. And with this, I think we're going to wrap things up from the comp box here. I want to thank everybody that tuned in. Again, if you have not subscribed yet, please do so. Weekend is going to be full of fun. I would not recommend missing action by even a 1 second. So subscribe if you haven't. Share the link with your buddies if they also play cricket. Get everybody to subscribe because we're going to have an awesome long weekend with talented cricketers coming from all across Canada and possibly outside of Canada as well. So for today, we're all wrapped up here. Mavericks have won this game by 60 runs. And I want to thank everybody once again before we head out. Thank you guys and have a good night.